Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to present our interim presentation. This is Team 8. My name is Panda, and we also have Zach, Janice, and Ryan on the team. And the model that we are presenting and talking about is the Windmere table fan. Next slide, please. So for today's presentation, we'll be talking about the product description of the table fan and also showing you what parts are used in its manufacturing, how the exploded CAD view of the fan is, what the KCs that we're analyzing are, and the liaison diagrams for the fan. So yeah, I'll just quickly start off. So a desktop fan is a fan that's small in size and portable. Because of this, it's pretty popular to use in offices, homes, and schools, and it's pretty inexpensive. The team is analyzing specifically the Windmere 12-inch oscillating table fan. The measurements for the table fan are as shown on the slide. The length is 332 millimeters, the breadth is 328 millimeters, and the height is 570 millimeters. The fan itself works on the concept of evaporating cooling of sweat and increased heat convection due to the fan's airflow. The fan that we're analyzing is comprised of four major sub-assemblies and 20 parts in them, which are majorly built from plastic and metal. As the presentation goes, Zach will talk to you about the manufacturing processes for each part and how the assemblies themselves look like. I'll hand it over to Zach now to walk you through that part.
Hello, my name is Zach Byers. On this slide, we're seeing the exploded CAD view of the desk fan. We identified 20 unique parts and grouped them into four major assemblies, which are shown on the next slide, please. The outer cage, consisting of the front and back cages, is held together by clips. The blade assembly, consisting of the fan blade and the grills that connect it to the motor shaft, the base, which connects the plastic body, the circuit board, and the buttons, and then the motor assemblies are fourth. Next slide, please. The bill of materials for the fan, it shows each part and the manufacturing process used to create it. Many of our parts are molded plastic, forged, or stamped. The assembly process of the fan is likely done manually using some fixturing to keep parts stable. The motor assembly is likely put in a holding fixture, and then the outer cage and blade are assembled to it. The motor cage blade assembly is then installed to the base assembly, being held together by a bolt and a nut. Next up, Ryan will discuss the KCs.
Hi, this is Ryan Shanahan. So for our first KC, it's defined as a distance KC between the top of the blade tip and the cage. And this locates the blade assembly within the cage and prevents any clashing, especially keeping in mind any undesirable noises from the blades hitting the cage. Next slide, please. Our second KC is another distance KC, this time between the blade assembly hub and the cover over the motor. And this prevents the hub from grinding on the motor cover and thus prevents any grinding noises or and ensures the operation of the fan. And next up will be Janice covering the liaison diagrams and the KC delivery chains.
Thanks, Ryan. Hello, this is Janice. I'm going to talk about the liaison diagram. So parts are grouped into sub-assemblies to simplify the model while preserving the relationship between parts and the KCs. So we group it into a motor and body sub-assembly, part 1 to 12, and a grill sub-assembly, as well as the propeller, fan, and the front motor cover. So the KCs are indicated here, and the liaison diagram is shown on the right here. Next, I'm going to talk about the KC delivery chains. So on the left, this is the delivery chain for KC1. So we can see that there's only one delivery chain for KC1. Thus, there's no KC over constraint. Whereas for KC2, we can see on the right, there are two delivery chains for KC2. Therefore, KC2 is over constrained. And now I'm going to talk a little bit about potential KC conflict. So as shown on the right, we can see that KC1 and KC2 share some liaisons, and therefore there may be potential KC conflict. So we can see here that the liaison from the propeller fan and front motor cover cap to the motor body subassembly, to the front motor cover, as well as to the grill subassembly, is shared between the two KCs. And this is all for our interim presentation. Thank you.